Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry, and today we're looking at the run defense against the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll be looking at Jordan Howard's run plays. Jordan Howard, former Chicago Bear. And we'll go through. It's about 19 plays, so hopefully we can get through. But run game does tend to take long because there's a lot to break down, but we'll try to get through it all. So anyway, with all that said, let's go ahead and get this started. All right, so we'll be starting in the first quarter. It's first down. Under center. And we'll mainly be looking at the end zone view, of course, so we can really get up and see what's happening. But it's a nice little run there, so let's see what we got. We got the tight end in under center, so it always does that. 11 personnel, basically. Okay, this video's tweaking. Alright, so anyway, there we go. Back on track. I was about to have to stop this video. I would have been mad. Anyway, so we got a little bit of an inside zone. And we flow hard and heavy, and the cutback is wide open. So, why is that? Number one, our edge player is getting blocked by a tight end, so there's that. We're in a nickel because there's only 4 on the line, and our linebackers are gone. They're good side to side. They eat that up. But now, this is what I talked about with Eddie Jackson and safety and a run game and bringing in Clinton Dix. So let's back it up so we can see the full thing. Because now, at this point, your linebackers, we already saw the linebackers are up there. They flying. And I've said this before last week with the Chargers. If the linebackers are flying and replacing gaps, now the safeties have to replace them. Look at where our safeties are. Our safeties are nowhere near. Now, I know they line up deep, but you got to understand, if you're going to line up in this shell, so we're in nickel, that means effectively you only have 6 run defenders. They have 6 people on the line already. You're going to have some extra gaps. So at this point, you need to play cover 3 or something. Your safeties need to be ready. I mean, you got 2 guys here, 3 for 2, but now Clinton Dix needs to be a little more aggressive. Because now linebackers are flowing. He's standing still. And the tight end is blocking. I can already see this is going to be a long video. I'm not even sorry about it. Because this is what I'm talking about. Everybody's like, Adrian Amos, yeah, whatever. He couldn't catch no interceptions. So this is what you miss. Because now I'm Clinton Dix. My tight end is blocking. Under center. Ball's exposed. This is looking like a handoff. I don't know the coverage, so he might be deep on this. But at any rate, I'm seeing my guy engaged. I know that I now have this cutback. Now, the tight end is still blocking. Now, when he decides to come downhill, he's about 15 yards off. And so there's no way, we're going to make that play until it's downfield. And that's the importance of safety play. Because really, you can't ask the linebackers to do anything else. This entire line is moving. And so their gaps are moving. So they got to get within their gaps. And they are there. Now you got to replace and make that gap. Because the slot is not he's a run defender technically, but he's not part of the box now. All right, so anyway, first down. I believe it was right after. Let's see, this isn't buffering. All right, so first down, right after that play, I believe. We get another handoff. And this isn't the first time. Eddie does come up. I like that. I mentioned that in the recap. Eddie comes up well. But let's see here. So Eddie is already up on the line of scrimmage, and he helps. It's the same zone play, really. Now, two things there. Number one, Leonard Floyd does a lot better job against the tight end. And then outside of that, Eddie Jackson's up on the line to replace where the linebackers were. So exact same thing. You know, they go quick, they do the same thing. Linebackers flow, but now he's there to get the cutback. And at the end of the day, you want Leonard Floyd to be better against a tight end than that first play, because that just made it wide open. Anyway, in the white zone now, under center again, and a split zone we've seen before. We're going to have the tight end, wing, whatever you want to call him, come back across. And everybody else zones one way. So now you have that three-way go. And he's got a little bit of space. I mean, everybody's held here. I believe that's Eddie. Trevathan, they do a good job. I mean, you're in short area, so 1 or 2 yards is a lot. I believe that's Eddie Goldman, who does a good job with the center. See, this is what you want, at least in zone. And this is what they want in the 3-4. Eddie squared up with this guy so he can go left or right. He can play either A gap. That's called two gapping. And so he's able to get off, get towards that. Linebacker gets there. Now, you would like to get downhill, but in the zone, you can't always do that. Let's see. I wish this was from the other side, but we got these three guys. Leonard Floyd's on the edge. Now, this guy is really who messes up. And I think that's Roy Robert Harris. Yep, Roy Robert Harris. If he holds his ground a little bit better, this is a no game. But he eventually gets driven out, and that's the space Jordan Howard takes. And I talked a little bit about it. I'm not impressed with this rotation of guys, man. Nick Williams, hot and cold. Roy Robert Harris hasn't done a lot. Bilal Nichols has not been as good as I thought he would be. Definitely don't like Urban or any of those guys. So it's been tough with our interior, even with Akeem Hicks. So a moderate gain there. But again, hammering away. 11 personnel out of the shoddy. A little bit of a power play. And I like the way they design it. A little bit. Because Lane Johnson's going to cut him off. And cut the whole edge off here. And again, it's good design because they know how we line up. And so in this odd front, it's a lot easier to run power, in my opinion. So now you just cut this edge off. He blocks 1-on-1. Linebackers do a good job, but you creating that nice little space there. And so I'm not sure that's a 4 or 5 yard gain, but it's hard to defend, especially when the center can block the nose 1-on-1. Because now you got two guys for one. He's pulling around for the linebacker. And they combo up to the linebackers. And that could have went for more. I'm not sure which linebacker that was that got off. I believe that's Roquan. And he does a good job. Because if Brandon Brooks would have got a hand on him, that would have went for a lot more. All right, so 1st and 10. Still in the first quarter. Out of the shoddy. 12 personnel, 2 tight ends. in an ace formation. A little bit of an inside zone, not a big gain. Let's see what we do. So ace formation, tight ends on both sides. They do the little fake jet, but then they run an inside zone. And actually, Aguilar comes up and leads a block, so that's actually interesting design. But let's see see what he's blocked. So he cuts it back. So this is play side. Nick Williams does a good job of flashing. Linebackers there. Looks like Kyle Fuller's there. So a good job on the play side, forcing him to cut it back. And then our cutback players do a good job. And I've mentioned before, when you're talking about zone, it's all about cutback players. So now Roquan, he ends up getting blocked. Actually, it's Trevathan that comes and makes the play. Because it's kind of blocked. Khalil Mack is blocked on backside, and so is whoever the safety that comes up. So right here, Khalil Mack is blocked pretty well by tight end. Aguilar is going to block Eddie Jackson, and then 77 is going to get, or Dillard's going to get Roquan. So the backside is kind of blocked. And so, or the cutback, which is the backside. But Trevathan makes a hell of a play. Trevathan plays play side and then gets back and continues with that effort and makes that play. Because if he doesn't make that play, I mean, Eddie eventually gets off, but I still think Jordan goes for some real yardage there. All right, so first quarter again. First down. You really like to run on first down. We like to pass on first down. Bunch trips. Moderate gain again. Let's see. A little bit of old school here. Yeah, we got bunch trips, but it's two tight ends on one side. Who is that? So Roy Robert Harris ends up knocking down Dillard. Dillard ends up falling. And that kind of blows the play up right here. And Dillard actually trips off his man. But that kind of blows the play up. But everybody does a good job, I think. Let's see. That's Nick Williams at the nose over the center. He holds his ground pretty well. A little bit of an inside zone. Linebackers are up. Roquan and Trevathan are in the gaps. They're ready. And again, Dillard kind of messes that play up, to be honest. Because then Jordan has to bounce. So 3rd and 1 from 37. Let's see, under center, two tight ends one side, two receivers the other side. They like that formation. And we get this stop for a 4th down. And I do believe they went for it after that. But anyway, as you can see, we bunch up our 3 in the inside, trying to really make them go east and west if they're going to zone us, and bunching it out, let our linebackers run east and west as well. Nick Williams does a great job of penetration, as does Bilal, lets the linebackers flow. And it's an interesting formation. I mean, not so much in short yardage, but it'd be an interesting formation to see how much we could do with that, to be honest. You reduce these guys down, give everybody something to look at inside, and then the linebackers just can flow wherever they need to go. I kind of like that. So we get a big stop there, even though they go for it on 4th down, and they convert it. So 1st and 10, we're in the 2nd quarter. See, 2x2, a little bit of a draw play. Gets decent yardage. Got 6 in the box. Double team, and Bilal Nichols is moved off the line. Look, I don't want Roquan versus many people one-on-one in a blocking situation, let alone one of these left guards. And that's what you get. Roquan's going to punch, but He's going to meet a big guard, but Bilal gets pushed off his spot. Roquan can't get around that block. They do a nice job. There is already a linebacker on Trevathan, Lane Johnson. Did I say a linebacker? There's a lineman. That's not Lane Johnson. Who is that? Is that Travis Kelce? Nope, Lane Johnson. Yeah, they combo. And that's the thing. And that really is the thing. So if you watch the video, the run game versus the Chargers, you know Square, number 71, in this situation, he was so stout, he blew this whole play up. So now if Nichols is stout, if he can split this double team, they stay here. They're just here. Roquan might meet this puller, but then Trevathan's clean. But the fact that he gets blown off his spot, that allows then the tackle to get to the linebacker, and now it's a 2-for-1 combo. And that's extra yards. Whereas if Bilal Nichols held his ground, then Trevathan is wide open because they got to secure the D-line before they can get to the linebacker. So, all important, man. All important. Anyway, out of the shotgun, a little bit of a misdirection, doesn't go anywhere. And again, east to west, we're good. We got fast guys. I wouldn't recommend it. So a little bit of a sprint handoff or a sprint draw. I forgot what it's called, but it's stupid. Especially with Jordan Howard. He's not beating anybody to the edge. And Leonard Floyd does a great job of setting the edge so that Jordan Howard has to bounce back. All right, so we're into the third quarter now. Let's let this buffer a little bit. Under center. Effectively a 2x2. Do a little inside zone again. Howard gets big yards. And you see already it's the cutback. So we'll pause it. So we're in the play side now. So Trevathan's already to the play side. Roquan's flying to the play side. Now we do have a safety up on the line for this cutback. And not sure who that is, but it's not a bad job against the tight end. Tight end is trying to get away from him, so it's more of an outside zone. But our backside's pretty good at this point. So let's see what happens. So we got him coming down. Now that should have been a tackle. Is that Walters 92? Who's not? Is Walters 93? Not exactly sure who 92 is. Oh, that might be Brent Urban. Anyway, we got guys on the line. The only thing I'll say is you want Clinton Dix to attack this a little more. He's coming over the top. He's kind of late. And he's able to get yards. Why does this keep replaying? But anyway, yeah, if he comes down the line harder, or if our backside pursuit gets it. But either way, they moving guys. And he's going to get yards either way, but we could have minimized those yards if we would have had better backside pursuit. All right, moving to the next play. Still in the third quarter, first down. A lot of these runs on first down. Out of the shotgun. A little bit of a delay handoff, doesn't go anywhere. And I'm surprised they got out of under center. So a little bit of a power play. And again, Leonard Floyd does such a better job against the tight end. And I've shown you when people do it against, or when we run it against people, the edge is what always blows the play up. So now Leonard Floyd is all the way reduced down. He blows up the pool. And so guess who that pool was for? That pool was for Trevathan. That pull's coming for Trevathan. But since Leonard Floyd blows the pull up, Trevathan is free, able to make the play. And Bilal Nichols gets off his block as well. That's how it works. Assignment football. And we see the very big difference between that first play when Leonard Floyd got blown, or not blown up, but he got completely boxed out. And you see how it hurt us. So anyway, a little bit of an inside zone again. Jordan Howard walks to the end zone. Oh, Lord. Let's see how we do it. So it's 2 tight ends to this side now. So we got 2 for the edge. I believe it's an inside zone run to our right. So they're going to step here. And then he's going to get the cutback. Now, again, we got the safety up. Ready for that cutback. Aaron Lynch. Trash. And so presses the play side. Linebackers are there. Now that's Eddie Jackson's job. And yeah, if y'all want to talk about Eddie Jackson run defense, I mean, again, he's aggressive, but he's not a run defender. Those are 2 different things. So they put 2 tight ends back there for a reason. They really want to make sure that Mac does not make this play backside. So they secure that right away. Knowing that the cutback is usually where people like to go with the zone. So they got 2 for 1 to really make sure Mac doesn't get there. But it actually works because Clinton Dix doesn't help at all, really, in that run. And I guarantee you these 2 were assigned to Mac for a combo. But since one of them slipped, he just did the smart thing, work up to the next level and block the next guy. And that's Clinton Dix, who is not at all coming down with any type of authority to make this play. Neither is Eddie Jackson. And there we go. Safety play, allowing the run touchdown. All right, towards the end of the third quarter, 2nd and 10, backed up against their own end zone. Another inside zone. Doesn't go for a whole lot. Let's see what we got. So we got Mac on the backside. We got 7 in the box, basically. We've been bringing that safety up now for that zone play. Mac does a good job against the tight end. Pursuit backside. And so play side holds their blocks. He slips through for a little bit, but again, our pursuit to the play side and the zone is really good. These linebackers are going to fly. We do a good job setting the edge. It's the backside that has to do their job. Now, Roquan, instead of bouncing, might have went up. That would have been better, but for the most part, the play side is fine. But again, we beat the backside tight end, and the backside pursuit is there. Even though Eddie's not doing a lot, he's there. And so now Jordan has no choice but to go into the teeth of the defense. And even though he gets past for a second, we get him for not a big gain. All right, so we're in the fourth quarter, 2nd and 1. Back in their own territory, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. They do that jet. And I remember this play. So Eddie comes up. So they end up getting a decent game because he breaks the tackle. Eddie does fly up on this one. And this is what I like. Come up, all the way to the backfield. Make contact. He just breaks the tackle. and continues to get a little bit. I mean, or not breaks the tackle, but he falls for it after contact. But I like that. That's what you like. So this is a little bit of this inside zone again. Play side pursuit is just really good. And Nichols with the backside pursuit. But Jordan Howard's a strong back, so he's able to fall for it. All right, so 2nd and 10. I believe is the play after, out of the shotgun. 2x2. Little power. Gets blown up. Let's see here. Khalil Mack is on the tight end side, so they bring in an extra receiver, reduce him down. But Khalil knifes inside, blows up the puller. Khalil Mack blows that play up, and the linebacker's free. And that's the thing with power. I mean, it's not easy when people know you're running it, because then this edge they can cut in. Now, usually I wouldn't use just a tight end to block the edge. I don't know what's how so many teams do it, because that's easy for a good defender to blow it up like they just did. I think they want to be spread. They want to show you I might pass and then try to run it. But come on, man. It's a reason it was designed that way originally. You can't really do that. You actually need people that can block the edge because it's important. So fourth quarter, getting towards the end here. We're in our base front. Inside zone, Nick Williams with a tackle. Not a big run. Let's see what we got. We got two tight ends to the left side, and they're going to run zone weak, so they're going to run away from the tight ends. And Nick just does a good job. I mean, so does, I believe that's Eddie. I'm not sure. Or that's either no, that's Eddie. The way he's built looks like Eddie. And they just do a good job of not getting off their spot too far. Because then, again, play side, if he's off his spot, he can just hit it. Eddie does a good job of flashing. And Bilal does a good job, Nick Williams does a good job of cleaning up. Not sure why they ran weak. Trying to be smart. All right, 1st and 10, 3 minutes left, fourth quarter. Getting towards the end of this. Out of the shoddy. 3 to one side. Little inside zone. They're just trying to run clock. Not a big gain. And so they run to the right, so we'll see the backside pursuit. They leave Leonard Floyd uncovered. Nick Williams, good job. Everybody's in the gap. There's still too much movement because he still got like 2 to 3 yards. You will most likely not like to see that. So there's too much movement here. Too far off the line. They get to our linebackers. Well, not too bad, but not too bad. You know, I take it back. Good job. Not too bad. Second and 8. Again, running out the clock. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. They do more of an outside zone, and you just don't want to do that against us. I mean, east to west, we're going to beat you. You want to get it to the interior. So now this is more of a full outside zone. And Howard's not even fast enough to do this. But number 2, our pursuit is always going to be better to the outside because we're more athletic that way. All right, so this is the last one I'm going to do because they're just running the clock out at this point. 2 by 2 again. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. Taking their good time. See what we get. Got everybody up on the line. Another outside zone. Pretty good yards, actually, but everybody's on the line, so Eddie Jackson's able to come up and make the tackle in that pursuit. So there you go right there. So, you know, I wouldn't say anything super crazy. Things we cleaned up. We definitely adjusted and cleaned it up in the second half. So, yeah, I like what we did. Leonard Floyd played a lot better after those few big runs, and we kind of cleaned those things up. But as I said before the season, safety play in the run game not going to be the same, and we saw a little bit of that and how that hurts us against a zone team. So anyway, if you made it through all the way, put UAB in the comment section. Share it around, get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.